We gotta do a podcast now.
We have to do the podcast.
Yeah, hi, welcome to episode 41 of the Nitro Cast. This is...
Yeah, I was gonna say, which one is it? 40?
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it 41?
because
we both just touched our hair at the exact same time. That was weird. We're in sync.
I gotta fix this. It's something that's sticking out. This is my comb now. I got a haircut, as you can see.
It's like you're going like full on with that.
Yeah.
I was really stoked when you sent me that picture of you, and you actually, because you tried a flat top before.
I did.
You just didn't have enough hair for it.
No, I think you can actually see this hairdo when I first did it. It was in the Max Rider 3 video.
Yes.
That was back then, and I was just like, I don't ever want to do that again. But I was like, you know what? I think I have enough hair after quarantine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's totally what it was, huh?
Because like from March till like last week when I got it or whatever, that's how long I grew up my hair for almost a year. I was like, I think I got enough.
I don't see you with a lot of hair very frequently. My hair gets like, I get my hair cut like fairly shortish, and I let it grow like fairly longish. I get a haircut maybe twice a year, maybe like every 8 months I'll probably get a haircut around that. But I was cutting my own hair through the quarantine. I did like an okay job, but then I just started getting haircuts again.
It's fucking balling that you can actually do that, because I don't trust myself with my hair.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how I pulled it off and it looked okay. Like, I don't know how I did that.
Yeah.
It didn't look good the first time I did it. I think I mentioned this in the podcast before, back like when we were still in quarantine. We're about to be in quarantine again. We'll touch up on that. But like I remember, like it didn't look good, and it was like once a day I would go back to the bathroom and kind of take another little bit off of it, and then like after doing that like 4 days in a row, then I recorded a Nitro Rad video. I'm like, okay, this actually looks you can't even tell. Then I got an actual. It didn't look like that in the back. It looked terrible like that in the back. That's why I never turned my head in that video, whichever one it was I'm working on. But no, I was so stoked to see you're finally doing the flat top.
No, like this thing here is just like,
you pull it off.
Woo, it's
really
fluff.
well.
I'm happy. Like growing up, I never decided to style my hair in any other way aside from getting it trimmed and like cut off. And then I think it was, oh god, when was it? It was when we did the Max Rider. I was like, let's try something new, and I was like, this didn't work, and now I was like, no, I'm gonna do it again, and we're gonna get the fade, a little bit of the fade, and then
it looks fucking, it looks awesome, dude. It looks fucking great.
So I'm feeling good about myself.
Hell yeah. The only styling of my hair I ever did was just parting it. Like all through my life, probably until like first, second years of high school, I just like had it combed down, just looked generic, whatever. And I had like way too much hair in high school. That was like the first time I had long hair was high school. Yeah. Like long hair one time. And it's just like, it was in my eyes. I had to do something with it. And I started parting it just by blow drying it and just combing it every morning. And I never used gel or nothing. I just trained my hair. Which is annoying because every time I get it cut, I have to retrain it because it won't like stay like that because it's shorter length.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started parting it just to get it out of my eyes. I just liked the way that looked. And now I look like Rayman. It was never intentional. Yeah. It's because I never looked like Rayman until I wear a Rayman hoodie, and then people are like, wait a minute.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, is like, you notice that your character builds around the things that you like, right?
Yeah.
So you just became human Rayman.
Exactly.
But, this is episode 41. We've been doing this for, what, almost 3 years now?
There's 12 months in a year. 12 times 4 is like, oh my god.
Holy crap.
It's been crazy. I've had this Patreon going for a while. I mean, it's been, it'll be 3 years pretty soon. No, I think it was just 3 years that I quit my retail job. Been doing Nitro Rad full time for 3 years now, and it's blowing my mind that I'm still doing this and like kind of afloat okay. It's gonna get scary when I move out.
Yeah.
Though. I almost have enough saved to finally afford a mortgage, or however that works. I'm still figuring this out. But I've been basically saving since I quit my retail job. And then when I started earning money, that was better than minimum wage between the Patreon and the ad revenue when people really started to watch me. I've been able to put away like probably $1,000 a month. Or if or maybe 500 to $1,000 a month. This is Canadian also.
Yeah.
And sometimes if it's like 1 month, that just does really well for no reason. Like when I put out that No Players Online video.
Yeah.
That blew up. I didn't even realize it would. It just did.
It's a pretty popular game.
Yeah.
Like, that game is scary. Like, I don't usually, watch much on scary stuff, but, like, I actually watched through and on that, and I was like,
It's really interesting.
Online is really cool.
Yeah, it was like a big mystery, and I think it's just because I was the first one to like... I think there's other videos that explain the mystery, but kind of like over the course of multiple videos, them figuring it out. I think I was the first one to kind of condense it into like a review and kind of explain why it's like a cool, fun thing, especially when like a lot of Let's Players at the time. I think like Markiplier and I think Game Grumps played
he was one of the first ones I've seen of it.
And, and those guys didn't get to the end of it.
They don't do much coverage on it, rather than just play it, right?
Well, that's the purpose of those channels, is like, let's just try something. They're not like dedicated to each thing. They don't have to be. It's more so like the more lore analysis kind of creepy channels you find that. Speaking of YouTube channels, I found a new genre of YouTube I've been really into lately. Yeah. So you said that
I've dabbled in it to it as well, and what was it? Uber drivers?
It was like rude Uber drivers. Yeah, is what the original video was. You said you got recommended that too.
Yeah,
because I did it as well.
Yeah, it was just either Uber drivers being rude or the customers were being completely rude and offensive.
Yeah, and it's
crazy.
It was like compilations of them getting kicked out of the car for just being shitty, and I mean, there was this one. And the guy's just kind of like just deals with it and drives them, and then at the end he's like, "Yeah, this is what we have to deal with, guys. Like, just kind of try to be polite." And I think it was like kind of a cool message, like, "Yeah, people really are rude."
Turn assholes into a PSA.
Exactly. Yeah. But I kind of went a little deeper. Yeah. There's this one guy. One of the clips I thought was really funny. It was like this dude from Philadelphia named Eddie Doyle. And he just he's got like 90,000 subscribers. He's just like kind of a medium-sized YouTuber that just does Uber driving, and he just records it with his dash cam, which, for security reasons, a lot of Uber drivers have that.
Which is good to have.
Yeah, but if he has like a fun conversation or like has a kind of interesting customer with maybe a kind of unique perspective, maybe have kind of gone through some things that he didn't. Maybe like people have experienced racism, or maybe they're from a different country, or maybe they have a different dialect or something like that. He'll just like have a cool conversation with them, just completely normal, real human conversations, and at the end he's like, "Hey, that was cool. Do you mind if I put this on YouTube?" Like, yeah, and it's just that. There was one where he had this guy from Nigeria who was grew up in Nigeria but moved here 10 years ago to United States, and like it was just him talking about how like different Nigeria is from America, how like their government is like way more corrupt, yet at the same time, while it's like way shittier to live there because like it's so corrupt there, you can just buy a driver's license. You don't have to take a test, don't have to prove you can drive.
That's crazy.
You just bribe anybody. You can bribe your teachers to get good grades. You can bribe anybody in there because everything's so corrupt. Yet racism is just not a thing there, according to this guy at least. And it was just really interesting seeing like. Yeah, the how things are shitty in some place and they don't have certain things that are bad. Versus, it's better in those regards here, but yet we have problems that don't
Pros
exist.
And cons,
and it was just seeing these two people couldn't have been more different, just talking.
Yeah.
So cool. There's this one clip where there's a girl from New Mexico, and the dude's got a Philly accent. So he doesn't say water, he says water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a thing called water ice, which is kind of like a snow cone thing. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's they got water ice," and she's like, "What's a water ice?" It's like, "It's kind of like a snow cone." Try to explain it, and she just goes, "I don't know what water is." He goes, "Oh, okay, water. Sorry," because the kind of clash in dialects. It was just a lot of cute little moments like that. That's the one channel I would recommend out of all of them is Eddie Doyle. He's great. There's a couple of other ones. There's like this kind of like a nerdier guy that like I saw really stand up for himself when this like New Yorker guy was just being a total piece of shit to him. And it's one of those moments like, "I'm gonna pull over and kick you out of my car." He's like, "I don't think you have the right to do that." He's like, "It's my car. I have the right to refuse service."
You have the right because it's your car. Like,
you see some people acting like some total jerks, entitled boomer ass jerks, and. Yeah, I was just going to say, it was just cool to see this guy stand up for himself. So I checked out his other videos, and he wasn't quite as interesting. But that Philly guy is great.
Gotta check him out.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched, like, the infamous, like, one of the guy who, like, drops the chick off at the hospital. Yeah. And it's, like, emergency entrance is right over there, and then she's like, "I need to know where I am, sir."
Oh,
and
that
he's like
one.
telling her where she is and telling her to get out of my car now.
There's like an animated version of that too, with like millions of views.
People have done remixes of it.
Yeah, like, that's like the one big one. But I've been seeing like more compilations, and I just had to click because it's just like, it's because we've seen like Karens and shitty customers in retail, but like Uber is just an environment I never considered that in.
Yeah.
And then clicking those compilations just put me down a rabbit hole that I'm all for.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're going or what you're doing. Still gonna be assholes.
Yeah, no matter where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a stereotype that we up here in Canada, we're so nice, we're so polite.
Honestly, we're not. Like, there are major assholes.
Work a retail job in Canada and it sucks just as much as does in the U.S. There's gonna be entitled shitty people everywhere, unfortunately. But what can you do?
It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, so what have you been doing? What games you been playing?
So I didn't 100% Crash Bandicoot for It's About Time. Beat it because I was like, you know what? We're going to be doing some stuff. And I was just getting to a point where it's like, this is getting a little too difficult for me right now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to finish what I can, start doing that.
Some of that game is hard.
It is tedious.
Oh, yeah? Like, you think so?
Yeah, it's like... The polar bear levels is like what I find the most tedious, just because like I don't feel there's enough range on the polar bear, or control. Like it's not as
you feel like you don't have as much like dynamic movement.
Not as much control as Crash 2.
Okay, I see.
Because I'm so used to Crash 2, I don't like the controls in Crash 4 for the polar bear.
I see.
Love everything about it though.
So that's like one thing you change, like some of those vehicle segments.
That and the perfect relic. The way that works.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, I have about half of them.
You have half of them?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have about half of them.
Okay, when you said you were at 100%, and I didn't realize you still did this much.
Yeah. Like I've gotten as much gems as I could right now. I've done as many of the perfect relics.
They're fucking hard.
See, the problem with it though is the way that they're implemented. If it shouldn't take effect until you hit the first checkpoint.
Yeah.
Because every time I die at the start and I haven't reached a checkpoint, it's still on the counter that I died.
I see.
So I would have to reset the level.
When you got
go through a load screen.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Start over again and then just rinse and repeat. They could have just implemented a clock.
I would say
in earlier images.
Maybe wait till you get the PS5 version to 100% because loading screens will be so much faster.
Oh god, I cannot wait for that because I've seen what they've done for Insane Trilogy. It's just like the PS1 where it's just like you go into the portal, there you are.
Yeah,
bam, boom, boom.
Some loading on PS5 is like nuts. We should talk about more of that later.
Yeah.
But
I've also been playing Age of Calamity, which I've been loving.
the Zelda Warriors thing. I forgot that even came out.
It's good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
How's, like, the story and stuff? 'Cause there's more of that, I think.
Apparently there's some changes in the story or some shit. I don't know. But so far, I'm just going up through the story of the Calamity right now.
I see.
Which I think is a perfect way to implement it so we don't have to focus on it in Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
Because that just opens up so much more for new story. Right?
That is sometimes explaining the why in the main story is a bit like repetitious, you know.
Yes.
Like in a Majora's Mask, for example, we didn't need to explain why the Majora's Mask is the Majora's Mask.
No.
It being used as a vessel to deliver that story was more important. So I think saving that kind of stuff is better for the spin-off game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've also been playing Yoshi's Crafted World Final.
Oh yeah, I've never played that. How is it?
It's Yoshi's Story 2, and it's
really
peaceful.
Yoshi, I hate Yoshi's Story. That game is a nightmare.
Like,
have you played that thing?
Yes, I've played it more than once.
Everything's terrifying. That thing gets you hell.
But like, this is like a perfect blend of what Yoshi Island characters and Yoshi's Woolly World had going.
Yeah.
Because like you have like these little fuzzy Yoshis going around the world and stuff, and it's all crafted like arts and crafts. Kind of
like cardboard
cutouts, very similar to what Yoshi's Story originally was.
Kind of the art style, yeah.
And I've been enjoying it as much as I played of it until Age of Calamity came out. It's good.
You know what my favorite level in Yoshi's Story always was like, it's kind of like a sewer, but everything's made of cardboard. That's the one with the boom, boom, Yoshi. I like that level a lot. Yeah. And when I think Yoshi's Story being made of cardboard, my brain always goes right to that one. Because you literally see like the this way up kind of markings on it. And that was a really cool art style. Like, as much as I do not like Yoshi's Story, and I think a lot of like the 3D characters falls into that uncanny valley. Like, you know, some 3D shows are kind of like unsettling to look at. I think a lot of that game is just very very unsettling and very disturbing character designs. Yet it has like this fucking like pseudo happy music, and it's just it feels so wrong.
It feels like you're actually going on like a weird LSD.
Yeah, it feels
drug trip.
That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like not that I know what this is because I've never done that, but like
you've seen LSD Simulator, you've seen like parodies of things on YouTube where it's like, what if Mario ate mushrooms?
Yeah,
and, like,
it seems like
going nuts, right?
It seems like a fucking bad trip.
Yeah,
is literally what.
And like I think Yoshi's collecting the fruit at the end of the levels. Really implements that very well because they're trying to sober.
Oh my! Yeah, I see. They need all the fruit to get all that nutrients.
Touch too many fuzzies. They got dizzy.
Oh, they got too dizzy. But
yeah, no, like Yoshi's Crafted World is it's a fun game. It's not for those of the faint of heart when it comes to joking.
What do you mean?
It's a survival horror game.
What?
Yeah, no, it's a scary game. No, it's pretty casual. It's just a nice game to kind of shut your brain off and just go. That's what I like about Yoshi games is that it's not, oh, you need to have precise platforming, you need to do this. It's like, how about you just go through a walk in the park?
Yeah,
I literally recorded a 30-second clip of me just flutter jumping, just backtracking through the world to see how far I could go.
That's just
and I was just like, just flutter jumping. That's I did half of the level like that.
Yeah. It's good. But it is really nice to see them kind of revisit that art style in like with the technology to make it look cute and nice and not terrifying like Yoshi's Story did. I loved Yoshi's Story as a kid. I don't know why. It's like, I hate that game now.
It's like early 90s YTV computer generated image meets claymation meets cardboard meets...
It's just a clash of a bunch of weird stuff because they're trying to do the handcrafted art style, but there's also the 3D renders.
It's like a arts and craft Courage the Cowardly Dog on Nintendo.
That's exactly
that's what it is.
Perfect.
That's what it is.
Yes. God. Thank you for saying that because if I want to review the Yoshi games sometimes because obviously I just want to eventually review like most 3D platformers and 2D platformers as well. At least the big names like Yoshi when it comes to 2D. I'm not as big in 2D as 3D ones, but that's besides the point. Yeah. That's a really good way to describe the art style. It's like they're going for the arts and crafts style that they eventually did with Crafted World, but it's not like that. It feels like an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's a really good way to put it.
What was it? Yoshi's New Island is kind of like...
Yeah, that game is kind of...
See, that there was like, hey, what if we took like the crayon drawing stuff
of Yoshi's Island?
Yoshi Island, and then mixed it with Yoshi's Story. Because
it
kind of looks like that. It kind of looks like a mixture between those two things.
Yeah, I think it definitely looks better than Yoshi's Story, but it doesn't have the same charm to it, the original. Because like just the original colored pencil style on Super Nintendo, I want to see another like actually like 2D hand-drawn Yoshi game in the same way like Kirby's Dream Land 3 was crayon and stuff. Or I think that was chalk, but like similar.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Like, I want more games styled like WarioWare Shake It. Wario Land Shake It, my bad. Because, like, I love the animation cells of, like, the characters. Like, I think if they did another Nintendo game like that, or another Wario game, please do. Yeah. Because I love that stuff.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Yoshi would benefit a lot from 2D art styles. I want to see more of that, like, high-quality 2D animation for a 2D game. Another really, really good example of that is, what's it called? Guinea Pig Parkour. I almost called it Guinea Pig Hardcore. Yeah, Guinea Pig Parkour. It's hard to say. Yeah, that doesn't really...
Guinea Pig Parkour.
That's a tongue twister. But that game's animation is crazy looking. It is absolutely bonkers. I was talking to another indie dev, the guy that made Other RPG.
Oh, yeah?
And he told me that he actually met that guy like years and years and years ago at a convention, or like at an indie showcase or something where they were just talking about indie games and they're all gathering together. And they're like, yeah, this guy's got this crazy 2D animation game about guinea pigs going on. And he told me it's like, he just said, like, all I could think is, like, how he's never going to finish this game because it just takes that long. And it's like 8 years later, it's really coming along. It's like crazy to see that guy really stick to it. That's the problem with 2D animation is it's expensive and time consuming. And if you don't have a big team and a big budget, takes a long time, and that's why they don't really invest into it much. But one game that is like that I have been playing a lot lately and I am absolutely in love with is Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Finally playing Hollow Knight. Holy shit, is that game good. Again, everything's like 2D hand-drawn. It's kind of got like a simpler, kind of like flat shaded art style, not really shadows and stuff. But the backgrounds are super detailed. It's like painting. I could describe it as like, you ever see like an old like Mickey Mouse cartoon where like the cells or the backgrounds are very
similar to Cuphead? Like cell animated drawn,
exactly. It's cell animated, so like the stuff that's gonna move always looks a bit different in the background. It's that kind of style, and the animation is gorgeous. There's a couple of cutscenes that are just full screen animated cutscenes.
Because I've watched my friends play Hollow Knight, and they absolutely love it. Actually one HalCon, I actually got my friend Zeebly a little Hollow Knight 3D printed figure.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the best things I could have gotten for him because he was right into it.
It was at 2 conventions we were at. It must have been the same vendor, but we saw like this guy that was selling 3D printed skulls. Yeah. And one of them was the Hollow Knight skull. Yeah. That was cool as hell. But
I remember them having the Sans one there too.
I remember
that. That was at Con Bravo.
Con Bravo was also at Alcon.
Yeah, too.
Same guy was Alcon. Yeah.
It was whack.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Yeah, you see a lot of the same vendors across the Canadian conventions. You see a lot of vendors travel to conventions in general.
Oh yeah.
Like there's this one guy that drew
the posters.
Some of these posters.
Yeah,
the
I've seen him
one.
all over.
Yeah, that guy. We saw that guy in the States and Canada. Yeah. I've met plenty of places.
God, when we saw him at Anime Next, I was like,
that's the guy we see at home. You know?
I was like, what are you doing here? Like it felt like a moment in like, say like Breath of the Wild. Like you're on the whole other end of Hyrule,
and you meet Beetle again.
And you meet Beetle, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing here?
But I guess vendors, if they make their living just on selling their artwork, they can do that full time. Just travel to cons. They usually maybe they get expenses. Travel expenses paid by the con sometimes. I'm sure that's like
if you're a popular vendor, like obviously, right?
Well, they if you're a popular vendor, they want you there to bring in the crowns because they know that they're going to be able to get some cool artwork there. I mean, I've bought plenty of that guy's artwork, very high quality. You want those vendors, but back to Hollow Knight. I've pretty much finished it almost. I got the standard ending, like the bad ending where you beat the final boss or whatever, as far as I know. I don't know if there's another boss after that, but basically we saw the credits, and there's a lot of stuff that we haven't done yet, so me and my girlfriend are playing it together, and we're just going through the map to, get all the stuff we missed, haven't done yet, and my friend Mark told me that, that's not even the real ending, there's still more, so we're like, okay, so we're just going to find the real ending just by exploring the game. But when it comes to, like, 2D movement, Hollow Knight does it amazing. It feels like Hollow Knight, it feels like it's based on Mega Man in that it's very no momentum, it's either on or off, you know what I mean? You always jump the same height, whether you're running or
gotta make
not.
Those precise jumps.
It feels very precise, and I know Mega Man's like that, where like, Mario, you hold the B button to run, you let go of it to slow down, depending on how fast you're going. When you jump, you go further or higher. It's none of that. And the reason Mega Man's like that is because, you need that for Mario because jumping on enemies and stuff, that's where the challenge comes from. So that's what we made complex. But Mega Man also has an element of shooting. So you don't want that element to be complex with another element you have to worry about.
You don't want them interfering with one another.
Exactly. The mechanics would interfere. So Mega Man, they make the jumping very simple, precise. You have full control at all times. You don't have to worry about momentum. So now you can focus on shooting guys. So when I'm playing Mega Man, I can like jump and pop off 2 shots and get boom boom. I can do it so precise and easy because I played Mega Man so much. It's one of my favorite series. I've beat Mega Man 2, 3, 9, and 10 probably more times than most video games, especially because I can beat them all in like 2 hours. So if I'm just...
I remember sitting with you in the airport watching you play Mega Man.
Exactly.
And you were...
Got the collections.
God, what were you on? I think you were on Mega Man...
I was...
4 or 5.
I think I played through 4. Because I didn't play through 4 as much. But I have beat 4 a lot. And then I tried playing 7 and 8. I didn't get super far in those. Those are the ones I've never beat. But, Hollow Knight's movement feels just like Mega Man. Because what else do? You're always swiping your sword. And then you also unlock all these other abilities that, like, you get like a double jump, you get a dash, and you get a wall jump. And all these abilities work with one another, so it's all about positioning yourself. I can't fucking talk. Positioning yourself in the perfect spot to make those hits land.
Yeah.
It also kind of does like the Shovel Knight DuckTales thing, where if you like slash downwards, you can bounce off enemies. But it's way harder here. You have to time the slash to do that. And it felt really difficult at first, but it's a Metroidvania, so you unlock those abilities slowly throughout the game, and they just start to mesh together really well. And it's like, I think Hollow Knight has just some of the most refined movement, and they make use of that in like some of the most effective ways possible. Yeah. And out of any 2D game I've played, I think it's actually, like, I'm really blown away by it. I think I really do want to make a video about it sometime, just because, like, I love talking about movement a lot. Yeah. Because the older I get, the more I realize the reasons I like platformers so much is widely about, it's all about move sets. The different things a character can do to make them jump and get from point A to point B. And that's kind of something I'm good at making sense of. So when I was playing through Hollow Knight, it was like, this feels like Mega Man with a sword. except they went further with it. Yeah. God damn, that game's amazing. And yeah, I can't wait to make a video about it someday. I'll probably do a video about it when Silk Song comes out. Yeah. Because then I'll just review Hollow Knight, and then I can review Silk Song shortly after that comes out. That would be cool. So that's the kind of an idea I got. Hollow Knight's fucking awesome. What else have I been playing? I think that's really it. That's really all I've been doing in my free time, just playing through Hollow Knight. It's a long game, and
it is.
I've been doing that all this month, and I'm just about finished. I think my playtime's like 30 hours on the file select. Other than that, I've just been playing a bunch of Crash 4, obviously just for footage. I've been because I beat the game, and that's when I started writing the review. But every now and then I go back to it, and I try to get more gems. I try to 100% like bits of it. Again, I say again, but these people haven't seen the video yet because it's not done. Actually, this is going to be going out on the 1st. Yeah. The Crash 4 video might be out by then. I don't know. Hard to say. But I got the Crash 4 video mostly finished at this point. I have like most of the B-roll match to what I'm saying is just that today, one of the last things we had to do is film all of your bits. Because you, for the first time since like Punky Skunk, I think, you have a big part in this video. Yeah. Yeah,
so it was a real treat. And actually, it was quite easy doing my lines this time because I guess I'm getting better at that because goddamn with Punky, I think it wasn't Punky Skunk, it was Whiplash that I was having so much difficulty just trying to word things because my dialect and like just words are just not good, like how I'm talking right now.
Yeah, well, I think you speak really naturally, but it's just when you're reading something and you're not used to reading the lines out loud. Yeah. Then there's like this disconnect between your mind and your mouth, and then you say what you think sounds right, and it takes a lot of practice.
I still blame my education system, because my English teachers were always like, you need to enunciate this, you need to pronounce this like that, and I'm like, thank you for fucking up my mind, you assholes.
They'll tell you that.
I don't need to read Shakespeare when I'm asking someone, do you want fries with that? Yeah, like, no.
They'll tell you how much you have to enunciate every syllable, but you don't need to. Nobody talks like that. No. Like, especially like...
This ain't Hollywood.
Yeah, one word you got tripped up on was the word that.
That.
Because you were saying something about that. And no one says about that. People go about that. Yeah. Almost with a D noise, or almost like you don't even say the T.
Yeah, you just go that.
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 It just, it ends before the T. That's how people speak. But, like, when you're reading a line out loud and you're looking at each letter, you forget that. Yeah. And it feels a lot... It takes a lot of practice. Yeah.
I feel far, like... doing good.
I think you did really good. Especially, some of those on-camera segments, I think, are fantastic. Yeah. There's one where we both go because there's like a Lonnie Lowly does that, and we both mimic that joke, and we both do it in sync. There's a part where you like punch me in the face, and I fall down, and you're like, all right, let me. What do you say?
Let's get the squared away.
Squared away. That was a really good line.
The only reason why I say squared away now is because of the IRS prank call videos I used to watch.
Oh, the one that...
Because one guy was just like, do we got that all squared away? And I'm like, that's a good way of saying everything's done.
That's the same one that, like, 6 Year Monday came from.
Yeah. 6 Year Monday.
6 Year Monday.
Somehow ended up in our fucking lore.
Just ended up in our vocabulary. You ever hear, like, somebody say something that sounds so stupid?
Yeah. Like, I have to repeat it every time.
One that I've been doing recently is Dicky Bitch.
Dicky bitch.
My girlfriend and I were playing Fortnite, and she called somebody else a dicky bitch, and I laughed so hard at dicky bitch. So I called her dicky bitch a lot.
Yeah, everything's chaos on Fortnite. It's good.
You had a story.
I was tormenting kids.
You were harassing another poor child.
Like, well, see, the kid was acting pretty shitty, like from the start, and like. of course, like every kid I've interacted with on Fortnite, or had the privilege and the honor to be on their team as they carried me to victory. Lies. They always start the match with, "Anybody got a mic?" And like you just wait. You just have to sit there and wait for them to see how long it takes them to register. To be like, no one's responding. Guess they don't got a mic.
Yeah.
They keep going. "Anybody got a mic?" I literally took the entire bus over the map.
And in that time,
and they're still asking me as I'm skydiving down to Stark Industries, which is in Fortnite, by the way.
Yeah, because they had the whole Marvel. Yeah, the whole Marvel thing.
Absolutely love it. And they're like, "Okay, nobody touch Iron Man. I need it for a mission. Don't do it. I need the power-ups." Yeah. And I'm like, "There's no power-up mission. What are you on about? You're lying."
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So, I just recently got the Joker skin from Batman.
It's messed up to me that they got DC and Marvel in the same game. Yeah, crazy.
So I just use the Joker now because I like causing shit on Fortnite.
And you do a killer Mark Hamill, dude.
Oh God. And so I landed in. We got we had Iron Man cornered, so he was firing at one of our teammates. Kid got occupied rezzing him as I knocked him down, and I was like, "I'm the Joker, baby!" And I immediately ran over, scooped up Iron Man, and ran away. And he goes, "What? No! And he's like screaming to the top of his lungs, and like as he's screaming, you can hear his parents go,
"Oh my God!
What did I say about you?" And the mic cuts out. And he chases after me, leaves the guy on the ground. Our other teammate has to res him.
About this way more.
Has to res him. I'm still running with him. He's trying to fire at Iron Man. I throw him. I start firing at him. I pick up all the items except one, which was like this laser beam thing that Iron Man does. Yeah. And he's like, "Give it here, dude! Give it here!" And I have the ID card, so I start doing my taunt dances and everything. And he's just like, I was like, "Oh, you're toxic. You're this. You're that." I'm like, "No, I'm the Joker," like that. And I'm like,
really do that.
"Hello, Betsy." Like,
you sound so good.
How
do you do that?
I don't know. I just really clench my throat.
That's what it's about. Is figuring out where it is.
You have to do this. I'm menacing. Like,
I'm menacing, Betsy.
Yeah. I don't know if I was close.
That's pretty jokery.
I was trying.
Yeah. No, it literally just went on to the entire match. We got first. However, I did get knocked down at the end, and the kid did win because.
So after all that,
he didn't need the power up to win.
That's amazing.
And then he was like, "Add me." Halfway through the match, he's just going, "Add me. We'll 1v1. We'll 1v1. I'll wreck you."
This guy wants to kill you.
And so he has this custom map with all these gold weapons and purple weapons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so he just wants to try and kill me as much as possible. I left that match with the highest score. I was like, haha, I got all the points. Haha, fuck you, bye. Like that. And I was like, I won, and he blocked me.
This poor kid. I mean, to be fair, after harassing him over the Tony Stark thing, you still won.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Like I was like, yes, I'll humor you. I was like, yeah, let's play.
You still took the game seriously enough to bring that kid to victory. That's amazing. God, because it'd be one thing if you're just harassing this child. But the fact that you didn't throw the game for him, I think that's amazing.
I rezzed him. Like, I even rezzed him even when he got knocked down, and I was like, I got you, don't worry.
Okay, I didn't realize that you still...
Oh, no.
Because when you told me this earlier, you made it sound like you're just harassing this kid, and that was it.
I'll be a genuine asshole, however, I'll still be a decent teammate and res you. Because, anytime I've trusted in teammates that hopefully try and res me, they've always abandoned me. And I'm like, that's disgusting. You're trash if you do that.
People aren't good team
Pick up
players.
your teams.
I don't know why people play on
squads. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I almost called it quads, because quad means four. Well, but quads. Does the word squad come from the word quad?
It could.
A squad of four, a quad?
Because there's trio, quad.
Trio. But does a squad have to be 4 people? Not in just Fortnite, but in linguistics, etymology, whatever the word for that is. I don't know the right word. I don't know. But yeah.
Octaquad.
I
don't know why I said that.
You know, it's saying the word linguistics made me remember. You know, it's another YouTuber I found out I really like recently is Tom Scott. You know Tom Scott?
Tom Scott.
He's like the British guy in the red shirt that's always like, I'm out here in this completely abandoned place in the middle of nowhere, and there's something kind of interesting about it. That guy just makes videos about all the most like random spots in the world. A lot of like programming stuff, like here's why the internet's so shitty with cookies, like stuff like that. I didn't realize how interesting I find all that stuff. Like half the time I don't know what he's talking about because I don't know programming stuff, but like. That's a channel I've always seen recommended to me, and I've watched a video and enjoyed it, like, maybe once every now and then. But I recently just realized I actually went to his channel itself for the first time, and I realized this is a gold mine of just interesting shit.
Yeah.
So I put on Tom Scott a lot these days.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I went back and watched an old series I grew up with called Stupid Mario Brothers. It was these guys that dressed up as Mario and Luigi, and they had, like... all these Nintendo cast characters in the real world.
It's like from 2006 or something.
Oh yeah, no, I used to binge them, and like I would just put that on while I was going to bed recently, and I would just wake up and I was like, oh, I'm on a Stupid Mario Brothers movie.
It's still going.
I remember when they were updating on like why this was getting delayed and things like that.
It's like it's looking in hindsight.
It's like a piece of internet history for me, and I absolutely love it.
Can I just say real quick? Yeah. I love that idea of, like, update videos that are still uploaded on the channel. Because, like, the idea that, like, enough people cared about this to warrant them putting out an update.
People were funding, like, the project itself for the movie because they wanted to have Yoshi in it. And they got a Yoshi mascot costume.
Like, long before Patreon, even.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, they're putting the work into that.
Yeah, no, they were awesome. Like, I absolutely love Rich Alvarez and the whole team there.
Yeah.
No, shout-outs to them. They posted, because they made a playlist of it recently, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
On their Facebook page, of all things. They're still active on their Facebook page.
Weird place to be active still. But...
I commented, and I was like, this is awesome, because I've been wanting to go back to it, but there's not an actual playlist that has everything there, canonically and chronologically, right? So, genuine big thanks to putting the effort into this and still caring for the fans that grew up with Super Mario Bros. I'm like in my 20s now, and I was watching you when I was in junior high, so thank you. And they immediately liked my comment. And I was like, hey!
That's awesome. I like that, even because, like, obviously it's not well made. It's bad. Yeah. But the fact that, like, a lot of people enjoyed it, because early internet content didn't have to be good. Yeah. You didn't need good effects. You didn't need good quality cameras. It could be cheesy, but that's what internet stuff was back then. So to preserve that, knowing that they might see it as kind of, like, silly or embarrassing to them now, they're still keeping it up there just because they know it's a part of internet history.
They kept it going up until, like, I was in high school. Like, I was still, like, talking with a friend who knew about them, and we were like, they're talking about finishing this off, and, like...
that's weird.
They had so many things implemented into this series. It was kind of crazy. Yeah. Because it was like Nintendo All-Star characters, then you have lightsaber fights, and then you have these powers, and like these characters that are like based off of like medieval characters like Merlin, and like characters that sound like they're from Star Wars called Nox
like
Decius.
The most random amalgamation of just random shit.
Everything at the end of it was Ganondorf. Yeah, the final bad guy there was Ganondorf. Until you went on to the next series, which is like way in the future, called the Plumber Knight Returns, which was just literally Christopher Nolan meets Mario Bros.
What?
I absolutely love Rich Alvarez. They're like so good.
Inception or Tenet or something, but just.
Pretty much, like it was just like
they started doing a lot of stuff with that concept.
And like Luigi was like, what was it?
Sucking a dick.
And Luigi was there, and he was sucking it. No, it was
inside joke.
It was the Red Hood. I think that's the Robin that's like went vigilante against
Red Hood.
Batman.
Yeah,
Red Hood.
Yeah.
And so they basically had a character like that, and it was Luigi. Because Luigi was pronounced dead. So, like, I was just like, this is weird.
That was probably before Mr. L from Super
Mario. They even had Mr. L implemented into it. I'm going into fucking Super Mario Bros. Lore.
God damn.
There was a character called Nox Decius who was killed, but his energy took over Luigi's body, and he became Mr. L. And that's how they implemented him into
So that's why he was dead.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm going to watch this.
You got to watch Super Mario Bros.
I didn't...
like, as you said, like, people not having equipment or proper lighting and stuff like that. One of my favorite things is that they were filming on the first episode, and Wario's like, it's like, it's the stupid Mario Bros. Losers, like that. It's like, why don't we go inside? It's kind of cold out here, and it's almost pitch black dark. You can barely see them, and it was like
that.
That's our transition into a place. The reason why we need lighting.
I literally did that as a kid. Like nothing that we would upload to YouTube, but just like on my mom's home movie camera. Like when I was in elementary.
Yeah.
We'd be out in the backyard filming some funny stuff, and then like it would start getting dark, and we're like, we're not done yet. Yeah, we just make up a reason to go indoors. Like there's a chase scene, or like, or they got the next scene's in the bedroom or something. We just make up an excuse because it's getting dark and cold. Like, I know exactly what that's like.
Yeah, no, that's like I absolutely love them.
There's a charm to like. You know why they just did that. I love that stuff.
Yeah, and they've even like done like retro reactions to it, like rewatching their old stuff.
I like that. Like when you look back and reflect on it, then you have fun stories to tell.
Well, I mean, in a sense, it almost like feels like even Granicor has that type of stuff. Like we would say do the filming and stuff like that. Have our story, have our lore, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then on the occasion, we used to go and do those interview videos.
Yeah.
And, like, they would even do those.
Yeah.
In character, right?
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, that's crazy. But
it's they're literally just doing what we did, but just earlier. It was just Granicor before Granicor.
What you been doing on Nitro Rad? We've been just rambling.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Forgot to totally talk about this. Just been working on the Crash 4 video. It's been quite a long video. Ended up being way longer than because I wanted just to be like, I'm getting to Crash 4, I guess I'll review it, maybe that'll be cool. And then it just ended up being way longer than I wanted it to, because you got involved, Kevin got involved. I wanted this to be like a really fun, like, we're more so exploring my experience as a person that doesn't really care about Crash Bandicoot. And I started the video explaining why it never appealed to me, then you come in and you explain why it appealed to you, and then I'm like, okay, so it's kind of like this. And then I have that mindset going into it. I just talk about the mechanics objectively. I talk about how Toys R Bob did a really good job with this and that, and then you're like, they're done. Yeah. And there's some nice back and forths there. A lot of great on-screen
Two worlds, one family.
What is that from?
Tarzan.
Right.
Phil Collins, basically. He sings mostly everything.
That was the first movie I saw in theaters.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I saw it when I was like probably 4 years old, and I think it was like the first time I was ever in a theater, and it was too loud, and I got scared or something. But
well, I mean, they had some big drums in there. Yeah. I remember watching the trailer on, I think it was Bug's Life, and I was like, even on my VHS, I was like, this is loud.
Yeah. I was really bad with like loud shit as a kid. Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I think it was insensitive hearing or something.
The IMAX, when they were doing like the simulations and stuff, when they had a train, when the train started up, that actually freaked me the fuck out as a kid. We were gonna go watch the re-release of Beauty and the Beast in theaters because the anniversary, and they started playing that, and I had to leave the theater. I was like yanking on my step grandmother's arm, being like, I gotta go. I don't like this no more. I want to go. I don't want to listen to this. And so we stepped outside for like 5 minutes. And
we're not going to be going to the theater anytime soon because we're probably going to be shutting down again soon.
Come midnight tonight, no more dining in restaurants because of quarantine. The cases have increased.
They're up. Well, this isn't going to... Anyone that's in the States, this isn't going to sound that dire. But it is to us. We've kept it consistently below 5 cases since like June or July.
Yeah, we've been taking it pretty seriously.
Yeah, for most of the time, we've just had 0 cases. Yeah. And then there would be like 1 travel-related incident, and then back to 0 after 2 weeks. So we've had it totally under control here in Nova Scotia. But they're starting to trickle up again. They're way
even
past
50. Saskatchewan, they're increasing, and that's like
we're finally having our second wave.
Yeah, and it's scary. The thing is that I found a lot of people were getting way too comfortable with the lifting of regulations and stuff. Even though we had signs that say it's mandatory at work.
Yeah.
A lot of people would come in without masks, refuse to put on a mask, or refuse to sanitize their hands because they were allergic. And then, of course, like we had to respect the excuse of the doctor's note, which is like
there's no. It's all fake.
There is no doctor's note for a mask. Literally, I'm asthmatic. I can breathe through a mask. I have to wear that for like 6 hours a day at work. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Businesses are still doing Black Friday.
Yeah,
and it's not as bad as like what U.S. Black Fridays are like generally seen as, people trampling over one another.
Yeah.
However, a lot of big flowing through the stores of like people, and it's just like a nightmare.
Yeah,
even now we have people coming into our stores when we're above capacity, and they just don't even, they just disregard everything.
Yeah, that's another thing they did. Yeah. They lowered capacity again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't get people that are like, there's people that are like, why do I have to wear a mask? The cases are so low here. It's like, they're so low because we've been wearing masks.
And the reason why is because we're preventing it from escalating, right?
But people got too comfortable. Like, there's a couple outbreaks in a couple of bars, like just one city away, like an hour drive from here. I don't know if it's where we live,
dude. Where is it? I think it's called Bedford Commons. That's not even that far away from me. God, there was a case up there, and I was just up there days prior to it being announced, and I was freaking out. And then, of course, that's really close. My manager and everyone at work is like, we're gonna be fine, this and that. I'm like, no, we're not.
No.
Because guess what? A lot of people are still acting like assholes and disregarding everything.
Yeah.
If people stop disregarding all the mandatory things, we'd be fine. I would be a lot more safer. I'd be willing to come into work.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to probably have to stop working and then go back on EI if this is the case, because I can't put my grandmother at risk.
Yeah.
She can't put the people that she's caretaking at risk, because that's what she does. She does caretaking work, right? So, like...
It's getting really.
Got to stop thinking about moi and start thinking about everyone else.
People are just too damn selfish. Just like, how dare you make me slightly inconvenience myself for the greater of the human race?
Yeah.
Like, thanks, guys. You're really... and even, like, bus drivers. I see a lot of bus drivers just straight up not wearing it. And it's like, you're going to hand me a transfer. What if you coughed and I don't know. It's like, I'm not taking the bus anymore.
Oh, no. Look, I said to you today, I was like, I'll be here at, like, 1:30 or a little bit later.
Yeah.
I'm not taking no buses anymore.
Yeah, no, can't risk that anymore. Yeah, hopefully, I think we're going to shut down right after Black Friday. Pisses me off that they can't do it before Black Friday, because they need to get their fucking sales.
It's ridiculous. They couldn't even just do it for online.
No,
like, they couldn't do online. They could have done that, but they don't want to.
No, they don't want to lose their precious boomer sales from the dumb people that don't want to online shop. It's like, well, I hate to bring it to you guys.
No one has money to spend. No. That's the thing. Like, we're trying to survive as it is. Anyways, I don't even want to stay on this conversation topic as much as possible.
It is getting kind of alarming.
Everyone be safe. That's all we ask.
But yeah, just to conclude it, like, I think after the Black Friday, hopefully, with the lower capacity rates, hopefully hopefully it'll be less busy anyway, because maybe with the cases, people are going to be too scared to go out and shop. Hopefully. But, after that's done, we're probably going to have another shutdown again, and I think it'll be a lot less scary this time. Yeah. Like, it's not as confusing. We know what's happening. It won't last as long because we kind of have the procedures in place, and we're kind of good with it. Yeah. So I don't think this kind of, like, second wave is going to last too long. But, yeah, very concerned about that Black Friday weekend.
There's news about that vaccine, which I'm hoping
that's going to do like 95% effective. Yeah, that could be coming out by early next year.
Optimism.
I think this whole thing is finally going to be coming to an end within the next 6 months. Yeah. It feels like it's been almost a year.
I survived H1N1. I think I can do this. Yeah. I just got to stay strong, stay confident, and be optimistic.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we're reaching the 50-minute mark. Why don't we start doing some questions?
Yeah, let me bring up the Patreon questions.
Heck yeah.
The Patreon app.
Yeah. While you're doing that...
Apparently, Patreon tells me the deleted pledges.
Oh, yeah?
I did not know this. I can see everyone that deleted their pledge. I know when you stop. I don't care. No. I think that's one thing that I like. I feel like people are nervous to delete their pledge because they're scared I'm going to see it. It's like, dude, if you supported me for 1 month, that much I appreciate it.
If you actually go out and harass people because they either unfollowed you or they stopped pledging to you,
so you can't control the people. Like, they got to do them.
Like, fuck off. Yeah. No, what makes you think you're higher above than another person? No,
I've seen people do that, like, because Patreon I think gives you the option to message people that deleted a pledge or something. I think I saw something about that too, and it's just like I could not imagine doing that. I would feel like if someone like stopped pledging their $1 a month after like pledging for 3 months straight, and they stopped, I would think, oh, okay, they just wanted to support it and threw a couple bucks at it and stopped. That's what I would think. I could not imagine having the fucking nerve to DM them and ask why. That would be putting them in such an uncomfortable spot.
That's so whack.
No, I'm grateful that they pledged to begin with. Like, that's not my place to do that. And yet, there must be people that do that. And that's disgusting in my eyes.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
If you pledge even just $1 once, like, that is greatly appreciated, because that shows that you actually gave a shit.
Exactly. And
right?
we gave a shit. We gave a shit back. We gave a shitty $1 podcast back. So I hope you guys.
I'm sorry that our production value isn't good right now. Yeah. However, it's growing.
Yeah. Exactly. So going on to Patreon questions, I got them up now. First question from Robert Bates: what game series do you feel the most dissatisfied with its final installment?
Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah, that would have been Banana Blitz.
Yeah, that would have been Banana Blitz for me.
Sonic
Forces, yeah.
Sonic Forces. Yeah. That's not. I don't know if he just means just ended series, but like Sonic Forces, like I mean, I appreciated that game a lot at the time, and I kind of gave it a decent-ish review. But I think if I reviewed that game now, I would be a lot more critical of it. It's like there's no reason to.
There are people that are out there modding it and making it better than what
there you go.
The actual makers did. Like, they actually have a chaos battle in there now.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And I was like, holy shit.
That's cool. Because they cheaped out on the chaos fight. You didn't get to fight chaos.
Yeah.
Come on.
Which is something everyone wants to do. Yeah. Chaos is the best.
I would say Star Tropics 2.
Yeah.
Also, because, again, only the second one, it was a final installment. And it was a good game, but it just kind of lacked the charm of the original in a lot of ways. It made some weird changes, and that being the last Star Tropics game definitely doesn't land on a great note.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me!
This is the second time this happened. You want to put that back up?
Holy crap, you see me jump?
Yeah, you jumped a mile, dude.
We're gonna have to, when was that? 51 minutes and... Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that back. Oh my god. Get a slow-mo cam in there.
Any other ones?
Not really. Not that come to mind. Like, it's either Super Monkey Ball or Sonic.
I'd say Spyro, the last like real Spyro game. Before if not counting Reignited, because those are just remakes. It would have been like a Hero's Tale. Was that the? Oh no, it would have been the Legend of Spyro games. Yeah, those games were like. I want to review them sometime and play a lot of them. But what I played of them, they're like very okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't just feel like the treatment Spyro really needs. Di asks if you could have a plushie of any character, who would it be?
Punky Skunk.
Yeah. Blinks. Really want a Blinks plush.
Every time you squeeze him, you go, yeah!
Yeah!
Or, I got it!
That'd be awesome.
Fangamer, please.
Speaking of Fangamer, I want to get that Hollow Knight plush. I was going to say Hollow Knight, but Fangamer does have one, and I'm going to be getting that.
They got freaking Jinjo plushies on there now.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, definitely Blinks. There is no official Blinks plush, but it's one of those rare things. It's like 100. It's like I'm never gonna buy that.
I always like the Conquer plushies that they made.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Oh, Fangamer did make a Conquer one.
They did. Yes.
Yeah, they've got to make Blink stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
Sammy Scott asks. Oh, also, what games? That was the same guy asking. No, wait. I skipped one. Okay, there we go. Sammy Scott asks, hey, I want to ask, have you ever seen Nero from Fate? I don't know what that is. She's cool. What do you think about her? Is that a character from a thing?
From what I know, Fate is...
It's an anime.
Because I've heard it's an anime. But there's like so many different versions of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy into anime these days.
Nero. It's a lady in a dress with a big sword.
I think she's a lady in a dress with a big sword.
I think her sword is pretty cool.
I don't know. Yeah. Also asks, what games are you looking towards in the future? Really looking towards Psychonauts 2. I don't think there's like a crazy lot coming out next year because we just hit the next generation. PS5 and Xbox is out. Neither of us have one. They sold out like instantly. I'm probably not going to get a PS5 for. I think I mentioned this last time. I don't think I'm going to get one for a couple of months. There's not much out on it.
I'm staying away for it for at least a year to almost a year and a half because I'm waiting for either a Slim or a Pro edition.
Yeah. It's probably best waiting for that because they're going to do that. Especially with how the first ones are so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way they're not getting a smaller one.
I always found that first installments, the consoles always had a heating issue.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3's had heating issues. PS4's had heating issues. 360s.
Yeah.
Xbox One's even.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And even the Switch. Even the Switch did.
Yeah.
My second edition Switch doesn't have that problem.
Yeah,
and that was one of the best upgrades.
Yeah. I'm also looking forward to Hitman 3.
Yeah.
Because Hitman 3 is going to have VR, and you can play all of Hitman 1 and 2's levels.
Throw a soup can at someone.
Yeah, literally VR.
Yo!
Did I ever tell you when I, like, murdered, like, the this, like, Indian politician by biffing a soup can at her face the hardest I could? That's how I...
Spaghetti!
Yes. Literally, spaghetti! And then I just sprint out of there. Like, there's probably a much better way to assassinate that character, but that's how I did it.
I'm excited for Breath of the Wild, too.
Ooh, yes.
That's really the only one that I have my eyes focused on.
Yeah.
That or Final Fantasy VII's next installments, if they're going to work on those. I'm hoping to God that they're going to work on those soon.
Awesome Hat asks, have you shared any thoughts on Lego Mario before? I initially thought it was really dumb, but I bought a bunch of sets, and I really like how the characters look in Lego form. I never really looked much into it. Again, like, I pretty much had the same sentiment. I thought it looked kind of dumb, but that's about it.
I think it looks absolutely cool. I'm jealous of any kids that got it now, because, like, this is the type of stuff I wanted when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I missed out on that stuff, but I'm happy people are getting that opportunity.
Yeah. In Canada, you could find, like, no Nintendo merch.
The luckiest thing you could get was the Resource Mario Kart 64 and Diddy Kong Racing.
You're going to try and get that tape on there a little bit
more.
Oh
my God. I'm going to have a heart attack.
I'm burping. That Big Mary I had earlier is really starting to come up now.
Big burpee.
Emil asks, ever blow shit up for fun? I don't know if we've ever blown anything up.
So, one time when I was at Anna Maritime, we took a drive over across the bridge to a beach.
Yeah.
And there I found a firecracker.
Oh,
it was unlit, so I decided to put it in my pocket and save it for a rainy day. Got home, Canada Day. We were out in Halifax.
Okay, when you said put it in my pocket, I just got scared.
Yeah, went out on Canada Day, celebrating, and I put my hand in my pocket, and I was like, pulled out the firecracker, and I was like, rainy day, like that. And I looked over to my friend who had a lighter on them. I was like, hey, can I use your lighter for a second? They were like, why? I was like, just let me see it for a second. I want to show you a cool trick. And they went, okay, and they hand me the lighter, and I went, thanks, Charlie, like that. Lit the thing, threw it out across the sidewalk, and it just goes, and then, bam!
Oh my God, those must be fun to play with. I've never
not to eat.
I would imagine you don't eat those. Yeah. No, I've never really played with, like, blowing stuff up like that.
Yeah, like, I'm not much of an explosion guy, unless it's, like, on Minecraft, but, like...
Closest I came to that is when I was camping one time. I was back in Scouts, probably, like, 2009.
Yeah.
I found, like, we were just, like, on some rocky shore and, like, close to the campsite that we were hiking around from. And I found this, like, weird tube that said, like, prepare for hand launching.
Oh, my God.
And it was a leftover thing from, like, a war or something that washed up on the beach. It was empty, but I didn't know that.
Yo.
And dumb me, not knowing that, just picked it up. Oh, what's this? All right, threw it. Probably shouldn't have done that. Luckily, the scout leaders, when we were hiking past that part again, one of them found it and explained what it was, and I was like, I shouldn't have thrown that. But that's the closest I've ever come to blowing anything up. But yeah. David S. asks...
Oh, wait. I got another. I accidentally put a Buzz Lightyear action toy in my microwave when I was younger.
How do you do that by accident?
I thought it would bring him to life like Frankenstein.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like, as a kid, well... If you think about it, listen, we grew up in an era where they had movies where it's like toys come to life.
Yeah.
We had, what was it, Toy Soldiers? You remember that movie?
Yeah,
where it's like all these toys were coming to life, and things like
that.
I was like, I can make Buzz Lightyear come to life if I put him in the microwave. Put him in there for no more than 3 seconds, burnt out the microwave.
Oh my God.
Buzz Lightyear was like,
God,
face was melting. I was screaming.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Actually, one time when I was a kid, I did do that to the microwave. I put a spoon in the microwave to heat it up to make it go into ice cream, and it sparked once, and I stopped it, and I didn't break anything. But that was just before I knew better.
Yeah. Next time, hot water.
Yeah, literally, just run under hot water. David S. asks, thoughts on the Frogger Go skiing level, like from the original PS1 Frogger? I don't remember what level that is.
I didn't know that they had that on Super Nintendo either. Frogger.
That one?
Like the one that was on PS.
Are you sure?
One had the same box art.
I know there's one on Game Boy that had the same box art. Yeah. It was a different game.
Yeah.
The Super Nintendo, I don't think... Are you sure?
It had the same box art. I'm not sure.
Because this is news to me. If it, at least I don't remember it. But yeah, Frogger Goes Skiing. Is that the one where like you slide all the way down the hill? I hated that level. It was way too hard. The whole game sucks.
It was like the arcade style, but it had that
they just reused the box art. I see.
I remember seeing that. I was like, what alternate universe am I in? Why haven't I never seen this before?
Yeah. That level sucks. Tactical Tuna asks, are you happy with Astrobot being used for a really cool tech demo on the PS5? Yeah, I think Astrobot is kind of that character they got to use for that, because, I mean, they had the Playroom that had those characters before Astrobot was his own thing, and Playroom was always like, this shows off the PS4 controller, this one shows off the VR. Yeah, it just makes sense.
I was seeing in the newest Astrobot stuff, they actually have Crash... Easter eggs, and I was like,
they got Metal Gear as well. They got Silent Hill Easter eggs.
Nice.
Tons of like classic PlayStation games from all time.
Awesome.
Death Stranding's in there. They got tons of like little Easter eggs. No, it looks really cute. I think the Astrobot's kind of the perfect like cute little mascot guy to explore that through.
You know what? If it wasn't Crash for PlayStation as mascot, I think Astrobot would do well.
Astrobot's good.
I mean, like Sackboy would have been cool, but I think Astrobot.
I like Astrobot way more than Sackboy.
Yeah.
Astrobot's got like one of those design philosophies that I like. It's my favorite type of character design. Is characters that only have eyes as their only facial expression, like Metabee for Metabots, Hollow Knight. And an Astrobot. I love
because you can actually project so much emotion through one's
just
eyes,
the eyes,
and I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, sooner or later you'll have some glasses like that.
You'll
be a real life Astrobot.
Yeah, I found some glasses that like light up LED, and you can program them to like, whatever shape. I'll just put them on screen here. I just saw them on Twitter. Someone had them, and it's like, I need these. I ordered them, and I'm like, because like that would be cool if I ever somehow made a Metabee costume out of like cardboard or something. Using that and programming it to do Metabee's eyes.
I'd even say just Merrimack Convention. I think you'd rock those.
This guy also asked, getting anything for Black Friday? I'm going to be refreshing to see if maybe I can get a PS5. Maybe I don't care like that much if I don't get one, but I'm going to try. If I don't, I don't. Whatever. I really do want to play the Demon's Souls remake. Yeah. That's it. But I mean, as far as stuff on sale, no. I'm only going to be checking stuff online. I might skim through some deals. I don't care that much. It's like it's a year that we can't go in. Yeah. I'm not, so nah.
See. The thing is, I'm not looking for anything that's on sale. I just know that I'm going to end up with a major headache.
Yeah.
Because I got to work that. I got to work that shit, which is tomorrow. Our sales start tomorrow.
God damn.
I hate it.
Yeah. A Purple Friend asks, what's the freakiest dream you can remember? I do know one. This is one I've never forgotten. I was in my bedroom. It was one of those dreams where you wake up in your bed so you think you woke up.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what happened for most of it, but I remember the part that like really freaked me out is I would look out the window and there's a bunch of people like just on their knees, bags on their head, and there's this one guy like aiming a gun at them. And I was just like, and then I heard sirens outdoors, and I was just basically seeing a hostage situation in front of my house on the street. And I was just kept looking out the window and like, I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't know. And then eventually I just woke up. Nothing came of it, but I just remember just that being outdoors for no reason was part of the dream. And that really freaked me the fuck out.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that's the freakiest thing I can think of off the top of my head right now.
Really, I have two, which was the giant squid that I told you about, where it was, I found this giant squid just laying there.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the one that was
the one that was like Bloodborne.
Yeah, right, yes.
That was scary. Never want to experience that again. And also, being an outsider in my own dream, because I watched Inception, and that stuck with me.
Yeah.
And everyone's eyes were just locked on me. Like, I'd be walking, and then they would just be like... And then once I was out of their sight, they'd immediately go back just doing what they were doing.
God damn.
And, like... The most whack thing is that there was no atmospheric ambience. Like, you couldn't hear traffic, you couldn't hear anything.
Oh, that's
you could just hear people walking around.
Oh my god, because I walk
like
home.
like think of us in Halifax, just walking on Barrington, up and down that. You don't hear the traffic's still moving. Everyone's just like looking at you.
Because like
it's scary.
I walk home from night. I walk home in the evening sometimes, like probably like 11 or midnight when there's not many people around. But you still hear the highway. Yeah. You still hear the wind. Like that. Not hearing that walking.
Something missing from actual reality is so jarring to me, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Damn.
Thank you for that question.
Did I tell the story last podcast about the lucid dream I had within the dream, where I thought it was on the dockyard in real life, and I thought I was gonna walk off? I was trying to be in the mall.
I think, yeah.
I think I did explain that last time.
Yeah.
That wasn't a freaky one. It was just like a weird, frustrating one. Yeah. Hamunaga, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, asks, good day to you. What were some of your cartoon crushes of your childhood? Sorry for the silly question, and stay safe. Dude, Ember from Danny Phantom? Oh, man, when I was, like, 10 years old, I was like, ooh, she kind of cool. Like, something about, like, the kind of, like, rocker chick with the tattoos. Well, part of that was
kind of... Carl Square, Carl's sister. I thought she was pretty cool.
Classic goth GF. I feel like everyone had that one goth
Nikki from 16. I just had a thing for goth chicks. I think it was. They were cool.
I kind of did a little bit, like, here and there as a kid. That's, like, the only one I can really think of. Yeah.
Jack Splicer. He was a pretty handsome dude.
Actually, who the fuck is Jack Splicer?
Oh God, here I gotta pull up an image to show you.
I was gonna say like my thing, but I was like, who the fuck is Jack Splicer?
Well, think about who you were crushing on.
I kind of liked Martin's stepsister Deanna in Martin Mystery. I thought she was kind of cute. Nothing. That's not that interesting. She just looks like a regular person.
I thought he was really fucking cool.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
From
This isn't gonna focus.
Shaolin Showdown.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah, Jack Splicer. I thought he was fucking badass.
He seems like a kind of person a lot of people like fanboy. Over. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Thanks for your question, Luke Magoo, or is it Luke Mago? Sorry if I said that right or wrong. Sorry if I said that right. Sorry if I said that wrong. What's your favorite Rhythm Heaven minigames? I love Built the Scale from DS and Karate Man from Fever. I'm fumbling over all my words.
You're a sentence to DF.
Yeah. Again, like when we record all day, then I feel like it just ruins my natural train of thinking. I got one.
I like the log cutting one.
I was gonna say that's like my favorite one from the newest one. It just has this like weight to it.
Yeah.
You know, the characters are stupid and goofy.
Wrestling interview is good.
That's the classic one. I really like. Okay, it's on. Let's go read a bunch of books. Like the way you kind of like hold the A and B buttons together to like there's like a really satisfying motion to that. I really like. What's another one I like a lot? I like Karate Joe, but everyone likes Karate Joe.
Everyone loves Karate Joe.
I'd say the reading one. I like that one a lot. Yeah.
What was it? You got to play the Rhythm Heaven arcade machine.
I did get to play that.
Yeah, that was cool. I really should have tried it out.
I mean, it was mostly just the games from the Game Boy Advance.
But still, just getting to experience that on an arcade hardware is cool. Like, the Mario Kart thing was phenomenal. I love that.
Yeah. I felt like the physics didn't quite feel like Mario Kart,
it felt just like your average arcade racer.
Yeah, I hope they do, like, another one that feels like Mario Kart 8. That would be cool.
Oh, yeah, do like a Mario Kart 8 one, and, like, if you're gliding... You can feel that
that would be
like
cool.
It's shifting, and you have like a fan on the back of your head.
Oh, that would be the 4D experience. Yeah,
like they've done it with F-Zero. They've done it with just about anything. They have stupid, weird roller coaster things at movie theaters.
They got to bring back F-Zero AX.
Yes,
the arcade. They got to make.
If I could own a machine. It would be that.
Like,
I would live for that.
If Nintendo won't make a new F-Zero, they gotta at least do it in the arcades. Because it kind of makes sense to the arcade. Yeah. Driving games, the arcades, people still play those.
Yeah.
But yeah. Liam, the music reviewer, asks, hey, from Scotland, what would your picks for the best TV show of the 2010s be? On that note, have either of you watched Mr. Robot? I haven't really watched that much, like, television
I stopped watching television. I'd say Emperor's New School.
I have still watched, like, a couple of series. Like, I rewatched Malcolm. It's when I watch TV stuff, I usually rewatch, like, old stuff. But, like, the only 2010 shows I've really watched are, like, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And I have watched Mr. Robot, actually. That is a really good show. I only saw the first season. season, and I've been meaning to go back to it. But my girlfriend wants to watch it too because she likes Remy Malik a lot. So we're gonna watch it from the beginning. That show's really cool. Remy's character is just very like this completely dead inside, sees the world objectively and just hates it, and like is kind of into like drugs and some bad people, and it's this really interesting character, and he plays it so well, and all the hacking scenes are very, it's not like, drama like the green, the code, blah, 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 blah. I got the sun. No, it's like very real. It's like, I'm gonna put a cookie on the Facebook and see when he opens it up, I'm gonna get logged in. It's like, it's actual, very grounded in reality. That show is fantastic. I need to watch more of it.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I guess Better Call Saul, I started watching that, and I thought it was pretty good.
I love Better Call Saul.
Was Walking Dead in 2010?
I think it was.
It was. Well, I started watching Walking Dead. I kind of fell off a little bit now because as people said that it kind of like drags out, and then you kind of lose interest, which kind of happened.
Yeah.
Fell out of that.
That's just what happens when a show goes on way too long. It's the problem. But Toby asks, how have you guys been? Just to clarify, that is it. That is my question for the podcast. Thank you. That's actually a quite nice question. I appreciate that. I've been fairly good.
I've been pretty good. Feeling good.
Yeah. Just very stressed about Black Friday, especially with, I'm not working Black Friday, obviously, but you and my girlfriend and plenty of my friends are, and that has been very, very stressful. Yeah. That aside, I've been doing pretty good. Yeah.
I'm not even worried about myself. I'm worried about my friend up in Toronto.
Yeah.
He lives in the dead center of the cesspool we call COVID-19.
Yeah.
It's bad there. He works in retail, which is a grocery store, right? So he works in a grocery store, and people are going in not wearing masks. People are not following procedures, and they're just being assholes.
Yeah.
And they decide to take too long to put it on a shutdown, and
they did do a shutdown.
Yeah.
At least they don't have to work the Black Friday weekend. God damn. You really shouldn't have to here. Mr. Businessman asks, hey James and Brady, hoping you have a Merry Christmas this year. Thanks for hanging tight to the roller coaster that was 2020. Yeah, no problem, dude. I'm glad you made it. Yeah. I'm glad we made it. Anyway, my question is, with the expansive library of games that are out now, what would you pick to be the first video game for a hypothetical niece/nephew, modern or retro? So if you had to recommend a niece or nephew, any game, first game, what would you pick?
A first game.
I would pick something old. I find people that didn't grow up playing side-scrollers have a hard time with side-scrollers.
Donkey Kong Country. Literally, I would suggest Donkey Kong Country.
Because you got the Super Nintendo games on Switch now. I would say maybe not NES stuff. NES stuff is a lot of it's kind of clunky. A lot of NES games are great, but getting a kid into a game for the first time, I would start them off with something either more primitive or not something super duper polished, because it's going to be hard to go back if your first experience is Uncharted 4 or the Tony Hawk remake and it looks and plays so good. Start them with something like maybe Mario 64, more primitive 3D game, or a Super Nintendo 2D side scroller. I'd say like Mario World or maybe Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
If you're Nintendo, any of the first party guys are safe bets. Or maybe something a little more niche. Getting a kid into something that, like, their first game gets to be something a little different is also cool. Again, like, my first game I ever played was Mario 3, but the first game I played that really spoke to me, per se, was Star Tropics.
Yeah.
Maybe something adventure-driven. What kind of stuff do they like? What kind of movies do they like? They like going on adventures? Maybe an adventure game. Maybe something, even like Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Something be great. Something where you go around a lot of places. I'd say, like, maybe not N64 games. I'd say a PS2 game or a Super Nintendo game, depending on what they kind of want to get into. I'd say either side-scroller or like an adventure game. Oh, you know what? Jak and Daxter. That would be a great first game. Jak and Daxter or Donkey Kong.
Listen, Donkey Kong, Crash, Jak and Daxter. Those are literally great places.
There you go.
There you go.
Hope that helps. Thanks for the question, dude. Appreciate that. David goes, why haven't you reviewed Paper Mario 64, you punk? Because I don't want to review Paper Mario. I want to review all the Jimmy Neutron games. That's why.
Jimmy Neutron's just cooler. Put it on paper.
Exactly. I'm probably going to be doing Jimmy Neutron this year.
Are you?
Yeah, everyone keeps begging me to do SpongeBob, but like tons of people don't. Like, you know, Ant Dude just did all the SpongeBob games. Some Call Me John's talked about SpongeBob. Tons of people talk about SpongeBob, but not as many people talk about Jimmy Neutron. And I didn't care that much about SpongeBob growing up. I liked it. It was good. It was funny. I'd watch it. But I really like Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron's cool. I still just Hugh Neutron every day.
Yeah.
I like pie. Pie's good.
Again, like, amazing with the impressions. Perfect.
Jimbo, Jim James' son.
Blows my mind how good you are at that, Brady. Oh my god.
God
damn. Mr. Awesome asks, I'm really curious what the experience was like when you were not vaping for e-cig Emmerich. What was your inspiration for that vid, and how do you get everything you need for it? Okay, I was vaping, but I didn't fill my lungs with it. I just filled my mouth with it. It was my friend Ryan's.
Yeah.
My friend Ryan's nicotine vape, but I had a cartridge that didn't have any nicotine in it.
Yeah.
So I could just do that, and it was a weird sensation. That's like I was actually choking on it in one of those scenes where it was terrible.
We were laughing in concern.
But I mean, like, I'm at a point in my life where like I don't really care that much if I had to do something to my body for a shot. Like if I was playing a character that smoked a cigarette, I would just fucking smoke the cigarette. Yeah. I don't care at this point.
I mean, acting, that's what it is.
Part of it.
You got to put on the role.
It's not like I'm actually doing that.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, the inspiration for that video came from one of the recorded calls you can listen to in Peace Walker, where they kind of technically say that canonically in the Metal Gear universe, Huey Emmerich invented vaping.
Yeah.
And I just thought that idea was so absurd that we just made that video out of it.
Like, and I mean, like, with how our world perceives vaping, we just mixed that in there.
Exactly.
It made that white boy millions.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I love, like, that's one of my favorite ones, especially with the green screen. I thought the
green screen looked really good.
I think we did phenomenal on that, and then just the way it ended was
drowning. Yeah, classic bit. That was kind of I knew I wanted to end it that way because the thing is, Huey Emmerich canonically dies by drowning himself. Is kind of like a running inside joke for Metal Gear fans. You know, you know that it's a little morbid, but you know Huey's a dog shit fucking awful person, so it's like drowning. You're making fun of that, and that part just came out of nowhere. I just like, what if I run off screen and you film me running into a lake and I drowning? I don't know. That's what that was.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. Yo, Petronius, what's up, dude? He asks, now that Pizza Jace has killed Nuclear Gamer, what's next? Will he have to fight the other pizza guys? Yes. We need to bring back the other pizza guys! Will we have Pizza Greg?
Oh, listen, we could have a pizza council counter.
We need oh my, what if there's a council of Brady's? And the council of me is the council of pizza guys.
Yeah, because you provide the pizza.
I provide the pizza. We're on to something. Thank you, Pete. Next up, Chris Reed asks, Brady, cheddar or mozza?
Oh god, I'm more of a Gouda guy, but like I love some mozza, but cheddar is always the go-to.
I do not like cheddar. I like mozza, but I try not to
It really depends on the mozza because like there are different types
of
mozza. Like I guess like brand wise, like you got Cracker Barrel, you got Kraft.
Yeah.
If we're talking like Kraft, I'm mozza boy.
Yeah.
I'm a mozza boy.
I just say mozza because mozza goes on pizza.
Yeah.
But I try not to eat cheese much these days because I'm lactose intolerant. I get really bad cramping if I eat dairy products. And lactose enzyme that you take before it and then you're fine, you can do it. That's kind of expensive, so I just try not to eat cheese generally these days. But mozza.
Yeah, no. This boy tries not to eat as much cheese. Meanwhile, I'm over here eating like a brick and drinking chocolate milk, and then just having my stomach go like Nuclear Gamer. Yeah, like it, just like latest video. Just
God, that whole we did another Garanicor video. We didn't talk about that. Like that. There was this one comment. I'll put it on screen. Really hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Like literally, the idea from that video literally just came from when I like pointed. I did a funny edit where I just fucked up the music when I just because I thought it was funny. And then I was talking to my friend Mark on Discord. And you're just like, what if Jace was watching Brady play something, keeps pointing at the TV to fuck up, and then it just the idea just came from that until it just escalates till I turn you into a black hole and you disappear as if I'm some eldritch powerful man or some bullshit. But yeah,
what if he's the pizza usurper?
Pizza usurper.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other pizza guys have to play a role in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn. What if the pizza guys are like Namekians that can absorb each other, and Jace is the one that absorbed all the other ones, and then he became the most powerful one, but he's the stupid one.
My forehead just tingled. Like I had a little confetti. In my head.
Damn.
That's great.
Chris also says, but for real, I hope y'all boys are staying safe. Sucks on us is going back into the COVID shitter. Yeah, it sucks, but I appreciate it, dude. Yo, Brant, what's up? Brant asks, do you still have any sentimental objects from your early childhood? And if so, what do you plan to do with them in the future? For example, I still have and sleep with my baby blanket that has been fixed and refurbished throughout my life, and I would like to give it to either a niece or a nephew or other younger family someday. I think that's wonderful, dude.
Yeah.
For me, I think I have him like right here on my desk. This little Quagsire plushie. I got this guy when I was probably like 5 years old. I was super young, and I was just like, I was into Pokemon because I was just on TV, and I remember it was 2nd gen at the time, and I wanted to get the 3 starters. I wanted Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle.
Yeah.
But I was a young kid, and I thought this was Squirtle. And I liked him. He's like, look at Squirtle. Blah. And then when I got home and watched the TV show, he was like, wait, this isn't Squirtle. But he was so
this
doofy.
Must be Ditto Squirtle.
Yeah, and exactly something like that. And I have later found out it was called Quagsire.
Yeah.
Because again, I was super young. I didn't know all the Pokemon yet. But I just kind of ended up liking him a lot anyway. So this little dude, he's kind of like dirty and falling apart. But I'll probably just like keep this guy in a shelf or something, just in my house when I get a place someday. What about you, Brady?
I still sleep with my childhood bear.
Yeah.
It is one of the things that is a comfort. It's a comfort item.
Yeah.
Makes me feel safe and relaxed. Laying behind my head when I go to bed.
Right on.
I could sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
And if I just had him there, I would just be out like a light.
Oh, that's great.
My grandmother gave me him when I was probably like in 2003, I think. Because I think we got the Mario Kart Double Dash bundle as the big gift. I also ended up with a Game Boy Color with Wario Land 3.
Yeah.
And some other games, and then
I
had the bear, and like that bear has stuck with me throughout everything. Even when I go over to Kai's, I bring him with me. I just lay him on my head, and he just looks at me. He's like, "What's gonna happen if that bear like falls apart?" I'm like, "Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to try and fix him."
Yeah, so back
because like.
I did that too. I have another little Charmander from when I was a kid. Because again, I do have the Bulbasaur Charmander, and his like chest split open, and I actually sewed that back together myself.
He even has like a hole there, and because my great grandmother taught me how to sew, I was just I know how to do that.
Yeah, I know you know sewing because I've seen you make costumes and stuff.
Which definitely helped me down the way. My bear's name is Waffles because I used to eat a lot of Eggo waffles as a kid. And I just loved waffles.
Yeah. That's cool.
So.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Gonna keep them probably till the day I die because I don't think I'm gonna be having any kids.
Hell yeah.
So
I don't know.
Be buried with me.
I'm very like 40% on kids.
Yeah.
Might have kids. I think I'm more likely to not than do. There's enough people on this planet, but not out of the question. Not out of the question. But yeah. Who's up next? Fighting Feng Huang. Sorry if I said that wrong. Asks, do you have any holiday specials, be it an episode or movie, that stood out to you and why?
Oh, God.
I always love the Jimmy Neutron Halloween special where Jimmy makes a machine that turns people into the actual monsters that their costume is. And it's and the B plot is Hugh Neutron walking around as Frankenstein or something, just causing problems. And I always thought that was hilarious.
Oh, God. I liked the Sonic Christmas Blast cartoon on VHS I have. It was from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, themed around that, sort of, with some weird misconstrued shit from the Sat AM cartoon in it.
Yeah.
Like Princess Sally's in it, and I'm like, she was never involved in Adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, Deke went and mixed a bit of both, and they were like, what did we do here? What's going on?
That's so weird.
I was surprised I didn't see any Sonic Underground shit, but I think probably any of the music that's in it is probably based on that.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I watch it religiously, even though it's bad. 8 Crazy Nights.
God, I used to love that movie as a kid. It's bad though.
It's bad, but I love it.
It's really crude.
Yeah, it's
even cruder than Sandler's usual kind of shtick.
Yeah.
Like the whole deer pooping thing is
so like gross. That's like the one thing I'm just like...
Yeah. One thing that I loved as a kid was the 16 Halloween special, the zombies.
I used to not be able to watch that.
Really?
It was like until I was like maybe 13. When I turned like 13, I actually sat down and watched it fully.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is still disgusting.
It's
because
awesome.
of the way it ends, and I'm like...
Yeah, the zit is gross. But I mean, that whole thing...
Yeah.
Where they're just actual zombies in the mall, and they're actually
Christopher Walken security guard sacrificing himself was
that
amazing.
That was awesome. Yeah. That was like, they really went all out with the whole zombie thing for 16.
They went and said... Dead Rising. I like that. Let's do 16.
I think that was before Dead Rising.
Was it actually?
I think this was like 2005. I think I was in elementary school when they aired that.
Oh my god, hearing that 15 years ago.
16's old. 16 came out when I was in elementary.
And they were doing like, what was it? They were doing like like voting stuff.
Oh yeah, they were doing encouraging young people to vote. Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy.
The whole thing is they're 16, but now they turned 18 and they can vote again.
Yeah.
I remember I was actually really excited to vote the first time when I turned 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Just one of those, like, I can do this now.
Yeah, getting that adulting feeling.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally. But yeah, that was a good one. I'm going to change the battery real quick.
Heck yeah. BRB.
Gafferman asks, what was the last game you enjoyed that you didn't play to make a video of it? Hollow Knight. Again, I just played through that just recently.
Every video game.
Yeah, and I didn't do it just to make a video. I mean, like, I play a lot of games not to make videos about it because, I mean, there's work time, which is me playing a game for review and reviewing it, and then there's play time, which is when I play whatever I actually want to play, which is getting harder and harder these days, but I'm really glad I finally got to do Hollow Knight. Other than that... there's a game called Manifold Garden that I was playing like earlier this month. That game's really cool. It's a very like surreal puzzle game. It's like a Euclidean game, if you know what that means. Games like Antechamber that deal with like impossible 3D kind of perspectives. Like, kind of like trippy kind of 3D stuff.
What's it called again?
Manifold Garden.
Okay.
It's on PS4 and I think Switch.
There's one that just came out on Steam.
Yeah.
Recently, where it's like puzzle solving, kind of like similar to Portal, but it has like that weird 3D illusion shit.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Is that Superliminal?
Yes. Yeah, no, my friends have been playing that, and
I think that's like a year old now, but that game's cool, yeah.
Yeah, that, there's a part in that game that, like, really messed with me.
Mindfucky, yeah.
You end up in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And it's just endless. And I've had dreams like that, which stresses me out, and it's just nothing but the lights.
I didn't know you went outside the testing lab, because I played the first, like, 10 minutes of it, and I never got a chance to go back
there's so
to it.
much more.
I do want to play that
and
sometime.
You just keep walking until you get boxed off by walls that look like endlessness, right? So once you keep going, and then you turn away, and then you turn back around, everything's changed again, and I'm just like... Stop!
Yeah.
I hate this.
My favorite game like that is still Antechamber.
Yeah.
That's closer to Portal, where it's like, it's first person, you have a gun that does a thing. Like, in this case, it manipulates, like, cubes. You pick them up, drag them, move them around. Instead of shooting portals, you shoot, like, cubes. And, again, it does that very similar thing where it's like, you go down a staircase and go down, it keeps going until you turn around and everything changes. Like, that stuff's really cool. But, yeah, last question, I'll refresh after this to make sure we got any more, but from Mood, what's your favorite title drop in any media? Do you mean when they verbally say the name of it, or do you mean, I'm asking this like they can reply, let's assume they mean like title drop, like when the character says the title out loud. My favorite one is, it's fucking evil out there, man. Yeah, but there's evil within, too. And they both look at the camera. It's like, it's an Easter egg. You have to like backtrack a lot to find that, but that's kind of a jokey one. What can you think of?
I can't really think about anything.
I can't think of any of other ones right now. What's your favorite title drop?
Even the Crash games don't really even do title drops.
They drop It's About Time in Crash 4.
Yeah. That's about it.
I can think of more movies that title drop than games. I like in the best one, Super Mario Galaxy 2. When you get to the title screen, Super Mario Galaxy 2!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like
really good one.
I like Super Mario Sunshine. Woohoo!
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right, I'm gonna refresh. It seems like that's all of them. Let me check over on Discord, see if anyone.
Heck yeah.
You know, it seems everyone did put it on the posts. Okay, well, yeah, that's all the podcast questions we got. Hopefully, you guys got yours in. Sorry if you got it in; it was a bit too late, but we asked them and then gave it a little bit to go, and then we got it. Okay, yeah. We're all good. We're all done. Maybe we can go a little longer because this is kind of a shorter one.
Yeah, 4 minutes is kind of really short for an episode.
This is
Welcome to podcast 42, guys.
We're on the second take because the battery died. Yeah. And this is 4 minutes into it, but we didn't talk.
What did we not talk about?
What did we not talk about? We ended up. I think we did end up talking about pretty much everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we covered Granite Core. We covered Nitro Rad.
We didn't really talk about PS5 stuff.
Yeah, we were going to talk about that.
What do you want to play on PS5?
I want to play the Sackboy game, the Astrobot game.
I want to review that Sackboy game just for the sake, because like it's a platformer.
I want to play any of the games that I've played on PS4 just to see how they run.
Yeah, I've seen the comparisons. A lot of them load faster.
Has anyone tried Final Fantasy VII? I wonder
if that...
Because, I remember when it first came out and I was streaming it in Discord, you were watching me play it, and you're like... We were both like, I wonder how this would look upscaled on PS5, because I think it would do fantastic.
Because I'm sure the PS5 version plays 4K. I don't know if they... Because they have to do a patch to make it compatible, so I don't know if Square... hopefully Square does that.
Because I know, what was it? Final Fantasy 15 is one of the greatest hits.
Oh, it is. It is.
And I'm wondering about the loading speeds of that.
I wonder if that's
different. I remember how annoying it was having to go from point to point. And there would be like a loading chunk, or it would just cut to another area, and it probably would run it pretty fast.
Yeah. Because again, it does load more or less the same speed as PS4, unless they did a patch.
I want to play Spider-Man.
Yeah, game is...
Seeing the Spideyverse costume, I love the Spideyverse in general. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is phenomenally the best. Absolutely love him. The costumes, everything. It looks so good.
I really want to play Miles Morales. Firstly, I heard it's short, which is really good for adults like me that have no time to do anything. So I would love to play through Miles Morales. It does look kind of like just the same sort of gameplay again, but if it's kind of short and it's like not full price, it's still kind of pricey. Yeah. But I might, if I can get that on sale once I get a PS5, I want to run through that thing. Miles just looks like such an endearing character. I just want to watch him interact with the people of New York. I saw that one mission where he saves a guy's cat, and it's like, that's a good cat right there, in the Bodega Cats clip.
Yeah.
That takes a pet like no problem at all. It's not scared at all. That's a good cat right there. That clip.
I remember what was it? It was like a few days before launch, and they had like the Shaq gif, but it was just Miles and the cat, and I was like, that's great. I love that.
God.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to try out some new gen games.
Yeah, I mostly want to play the Demon Souls remake. Yeah. I'm totally on board with people that are really dissatisfied with their redesigns.
Most definitely.
A lot of them aren't good. There's some changes.
It's not doing the characters justice.
No, 'cause it's like, it doesn't look like you guys really looked at the original artwork and thought what the intention was here. It looks like you just took the models and just copied their homework but changed it up to make it not the same. That sort of idea.
I've seen one of this weird grotesque mask guy.
Yeah.
And now it's just a weird grotesque fat man.
He just he had this very like sinister, posh, Victorian-esque stature, this big creepy smile. Yeah. And now he looks like
a bronze mask on his face. Yeah. And now he's just like this really gluttonous looking dude. And
there's like statues, gargoyles statues that have been turned into just like weird looking guys. Yeah. But that aside, I can get past that because again, like the original Demon Souls will always exist, so I can still go back to that.
That's the thing, though. It's like if you want to go experience the past stuff, go experience it in the past game.
But, to me, this is just... I just want to see that setting running 60 frames per second, 4K with ray tracing. I just want to see that. I've seen like the trailers on PlayStation, and I played it on my 4K TV, and it looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. And also it looks like it just plays a little smoother than the original Demon Souls, and I really want to try that. Other than that, like everything I want to try is actually on the Series X or the Yeah, it's Series X. Like, I really want to get that thing just for
I want to try Sonic Unleashed on that.
Yes, I saw Sonic Unleashed.
They actually have the game running perfectly smooth. It's crazy.
People have wanted a remaster of Sonic Unleashed for so long.
How would Sonic 06 load? Because the 360 version...
It's not compatible.
Damn it!
I thought of that.
God damn it!
They have, like, every Sonic game on 360
except
compatible
06.
Except 06. Thing about 06, though, is like, it does have a lot of slowdown, and I feel like that might get fixed, but that game does run at 60 FPS most of the time. That game has a lot less performance issues than Unleashed. Yeah. As weird as that is.
It's just the loading times.
Load times would be so much better in Sonic 06.
It would be almost instantaneous.
I would love to see them get Sonic 06 running on that thing.
Please, Sega. Sega, that's the one thing I want you to do, please.
I actually like Sonic 06 a lot. It's one of those games where it's like, once you understand how to work with those broken mechanics, it just becomes this playground of like, I'm not supposed to be able to get up there. Let's just do it and beat the level this way. I love that.
Like, I used to use that Sonic 06 as a joke, being like, Sonic 06 is the worst game, blah, 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 this and that. And, like, my friends in high school actually used to think I absolutely despised the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But... in actuality, I really love that game.
It is the closest we ever got to Sonic Adventure 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that some Sonic news is going to come out. I'm thirsty for some Sonic game.
I'm thirsty for a good Sonic game.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a good one since Generation.
Hey, Sega, I'm still hungry.
Goddamn.
Have you been watching Eric Andre?
Yes, Season 3 is hilarious so far.
Season 3. Season 5.
Season 5.
I was like, man, they released the Season 4, right?
I'm thinking I watched 3 episodes of Season 5. Did we talk about this last podcast?
We talked about it, and I haven't watched any of it really.
Still haven't watched it.
I'm just curious on like how you're enjoying it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil too much, but again, same as what I said last time. It feels like they're going even further with some of the pranks. Eric is very clean shaven, so he can be like these more like less like goofy personas for the public skits, more like more put together personas that just feels, the gags feel very different, but it still feels very Eric Andre. They're doing a lot of new stuff with it.
I seen one where it was he comes washed up ashore with concrete feet.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Hey, buddy, what the fuck? You go swimming or something?" And then he's like, just, if someone comes here looking for me, don't say you see me. He's like, "Okay, buddy, Jesus, you need some help. What's going on?" Yeah. And then the guy comes and shows. He's like, "You seem like a mob type of guy, dude." And he's like, "Ah, no, you looking for this guy? I can get you a job. This and that, blah blah blah." He's like, "No, man, I don't want to get involved in that." And then he leaves. And then he's like, "Is he gone?" He's like, "Man, what are you still doing here? Don't get me involved." It's like, get the fuck out of here.
This idea of like, I don't know what's happening, and I don't like, yeah.
And then he just scoots off on a hoverboard, and then it just shows him just still going. I love his stuff.
I just love this idea of like taking a random person and just convincing them that reality as they know it is crumbling around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What was it? He posted a video of his dad reacting to him being waxed.
Oh, yeah.
And like he's just filming the screen, and then as it like just shows the waxing of like his body.
Yeah.
He pans over to his dad as he's like laughing, and his dad's just like, this is my kid. I'm so ashamed. Like, he used to be a musician.
God, that's like,
he graduated from a college, and now he's just fucking aggravating everyone around him.
That's like my dad when I show him a Granicore video. He doesn't laugh at any of it, doesn't find any of it funny, and he's like, "Why'd you do all that?"
Because people find it funny.
Because I think it's funny.
Yeah, I think it's funny. You think it's funny. Alex thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
My brother absolutely loves the video of you just zooming in on your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he'll go back and religiously watch that. It's just like, he loves the Beverly Hills stuff.
Such a genuine reaction.
I know, what was it? Didn't Rocco do something like that from Mega 64, similar?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it was Beverly Hills. He would use Beverly Hills in the Sonic...
That's it.
Sonic Sucks music. That's what it was.
I think that's where I got the idea to use that track. I just watched that.
Let's go watch superhero movies. Beverly Hills.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. No.
It's a classic clip.
Yeah. No. It's good.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching the podcast. Later.
I got some taters left if you want some.